Looks as if we could be live. Hopefully we're live and direct for live stream 51 here on the EDDBUD Running Shoe Reviews YouTube channel. Thank you all of you that are here already. There's a load of people in the chat. Got a load of stuff to work through today. It's been quite a lot of news actually the last couple of days. It's been a crazy work week for me this week. So apologies for the lower number of videos. There is something ready later. Hopefully I'll get that edited. If not, it'll be up tomorrow morning at some point early. Cheeks to 777 is says already in line, already here. That is good to see. Thanks for tuning in, Cheeks to 777. Rune is here. He's silver. And Colm R says welcome to Outsole Observers. It looks as if Colm is one of the members. We have launched that membership scheme today. We've already got a number of members as well, which is fantastic to see, and David G as well. Big shout out to you guys for becoming some of the first members of the channel. There's 3 tiers. You can go and check those out. There will be a video up probably tomorrow which outlines some of those tiers again in a sort of shorter form, but if you want to check those out, you can tune into today's video where I covered a sort of midpoint review, I guess, of the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite. Sean McWilliams is in the house. Says bronze, I think. Yeah, you're just about bronze, I think. Good morning from New Zealand. Amazing. Thanks for tuning in, Sean. Hope you're having a good day, or you've had a good day. I'm not entirely sure what time it will be over there. Have you just started your day, maybe? Steve A is in the house. Says shout out to you, Ed. Best regards. 5 Abbott stars and counting. Thanks to you. Yeah, you almost there with the full 6 there, I guess. Brilliant stuff, Steve. Thank you for all your support for ages, months and months and months and months now. Stephen C is in the house. Says, hey Ed, 25k subs. Yeah, Kushti. Too true, Steve. We hit that, was that yesterday, I think, with 25k? So really pleased with that. Fabian's in the house. Pew, pew, pew. It's up. Thanks for joining us, Fabian. I was just commenting on one of your comments. I've been trying to clear some of the comments. There's loads and loads, so I've been trying to get in there and sort of mop up some of the comments there and respond to you guys. Rob Weatherall in the house, always here on the live streams. Good to see you here, Rob. Joel McCluskey says, hello fellow rubber burners and gravel grounders. I like it. And Shulk says egg. I'm not sure what that means, but egg, yes. Eggs. I quite fancy some eggs, actually. Maybe I'll see if Miss EDDBUD is able to knock up some eggs on toast or something. That sounds really good. I haven't had any dinner yet. I'm starving. Fortunately, though, we do have some energy elixir here. I'm not sure I should. Oh, I'll just drink. Just to wet the whistle there. It's a fermented apple drink. Golmar says, howdy Ed. Thanks for becoming a member, Colm. It's very appreciated. Sebastian is in the house. Says nice colour. Yeah, I've gone with the bright things today and also the warm things. I believe the heating thermostat requires new AA batteries, and there's none anywhere in the house. They're all used, so I'm gonna have to nip out and get some more of those. Until then, the heating will remain in the off position. So yeah, I'll have to do that straight away after this. Dwayne Sydney says, hey Ed. Hello Dwayne, thanks for tuning in. Christian is on his treadmill watching us live and direct. I like that. Multitasking, that is. That'd be quite good to do a live stream on a treadmill, wouldn't it? Sort of set it at some sort of pace and then try and do the live stream as you're running. I'll try that one day when I get a treadmill. And yeah, the space to be able to get the treadmill is another thing. Run Tommy is in the house. He says hello from Florida. I hope it's nice and warm over there. Certainly a little chilly today. David G, one of our members, says minus 15 in Montreal. Oh gosh, no wind, almost summer-like. Blimey. I did see, I think, was it in Vancouver? I think there's a friend of mine in Vancouver and it was extremely cold today. But that sounds like it's a little bit warmer than it would normally be. Robin, one of our members, is in the house. He says, good evening, Ed. Good to see you here, Robin. Thanks for tuning in and supporting us here on the live stream. I will be having a members-only live stream next week. I'm probably going to hit it with Sunday for the standard live stream and then a members-only one on the Wednesday. So do watch out for news on that one. Robin, David G and Com R. Shulk says, how are you, Shoe Man? Shoe Man is a bit worn out today, I guess. It's been really tough, busy work week. There's like lots of exams and stuff going on, so we've been having to make sure those are all administered correctly with the proper rules and regulations and all that type of stuff. And there's lots of work coming in, assessment and things like that we've got to check out. So it's been pretty busy, but still getting some miles in today. In the New Balance Fuelcell RC Elite 2, it wasn't the shoe that I was going to put on and use, but I decided to use it anyway. Just run a few easier miles. I was feeling pretty worn out, but then started to feel good, so got up to the trading estate for some sort of downhill then uphill reps. The same as I did on Sunday, in fact, you might remember, and I think I pretty much hit the same times, though I would suggest that I find that RC Elite 2 a little bit more compressive, a bit more squashy. There's not so much response there as you would get perhaps in the ASICS Metaspeed Sky. That one's just got a little bit more bite to it, a little bit more snap. It's probably because of the shape of that plate. So that was a big thing in my mind today. I suddenly thought, wow, actually, yeah, there's a lot more cushion here, which might be really useful, perhaps if you're running at marathon pace. But for me, the ASICS Metaspeed Sky, far superior, I think, at a faster speed. So like my 10k or 5k pace. So really interesting that. I take it the shoes are kind of designed for the same thing, but they feel very different to me. Gareth, Too Good's in the house. Thanks for tuning in and sticking with us here, Gareth. Shulk says I had to revise later. College be a pain. Kevin Scott says howdy doody. Nice to see you here, Kevin. Some interesting Reebok stuff going on. That's all I'm going to say for the time being. Richard Johnson says goodly evening, Commander Bud. I'm in the house. Commander Bud is here with the energy-inducing clothing. I thought I'll just go for the stuff that's bright and going to energise me, ready for this live stream. Steve Arenberg says, watching Leicester v Spurs. Do I have a favourite club? Yes, Arsenal and Yeovil Town are my teams. And I've also got a soft spot, I guess, for Hibernian as well. They're the teams I always look out for. But yeah, I might check out the highlights for Leicester Spurs later. I don't think my Brooklyn Nets are playing today. Just really off the boil at the moment, those guys. So yeah, I'll probably check those out in the morning if there's highlights. I don't think they're playing today. It may be tomorrow. It might be early morning tomorrow. Robin, one of our members, says the Streak Fly February 10th. Yes, I did see lots of information popping up about that shoe. Everyone's been after that one. The spidey sense going off. It's going to be soon. By the looks of it, there's going to be like a prototype. Whoa, well, that was almost a bit of a disaster. A prototype version with this kind of orange, white numbered kind of thing going on, as we had in the Next Percent 2. So yeah, I'll have to keep my eyes open, see if one of those pops up. I didn't get notification about that when that launched. I managed to get that from another... oh, look at that. That's good news. Cheeks 777 Leicester have scored against Spurs. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, I didn't get a notification about those when they launched, and I had to grab one from a viewer that had one available. So, yeah, let's hope that we can get the Streak Fly in nice and quickly and give it a on-foot test for you. And in hand as well. There was a viewer the other day that mentioned I need to get the shoe and sort of squeeze it more to test the foam and stuff like that. So I'm tempted to get one of those durometer things and then actually test the compression rate of the foam and then also do it with my hands to see if there's some sort of resemblance between the two things. But I'm pretty sure that there isn't, and the durometer thing will be much more accurate than my fingers. Especially on this hand where I play guitar, because I just can't really feel anything there. You can, put them on near a candle. You shouldn't do this at home, obviously. Don't do this. It's a very, very bad thing to do. But yeah, you can sort of put them near maybe like a candle. You can't feel anything. I think people that play the violin as well have a similar problem, that they just lose feeling in their fingers there. So Yeah, I'm not sure where I'm going with all of this, but yeah, we'll get it back on track now. Brian G, welcome to Outdoor Observers, another new member for the channel. That is awesome. Good to have you on board, Brian. I know you've been watching for a long time, so that's awesome to see. Don't forget, guys, you can join the channel. Hit that join button. There's 3 tiers of membership, and there's lots of perks, like new things that will be popping up. Some polls coming up tomorrow. I want to know what you guys kind of want me to test out, and getting some of the members' feedback is really important to me. Ivano C. Oh, Kevin Scott says, don't leave me hanging with Reebok. It just there's things coming, okay, Kevin, just hang in there. There's some big things coming, all right? That's all I'm gonna say. You know, I'm talking combinations of foams and things, all right? Ivano C says, hi Ed, I really like your review of the fast and cushion shoes, as I have a few. Also need to wear some stability ones for overpronation maybe. Would you mind adding a few reviews of those? Yeah, I mean, I'll pick up a couple of things. I in the past have had sort of bad experiences wearing a stability shoe. It's kind of like caused me some issues. So I don't want to sort of wreck my knees or anything like that. But if there's a couple of things I can introduce, Ivano, I shall do that for you if possible. Just a shout out to John Budzinski, my buddy, my cousin, in the house on the live stream. Good to see you there, John. Hopefully in the very near future we can get back out there and play some music with those wonderful tweed amplifiers we've got, and we can you know, we can smell the guitars, you know, smell the shoes, smell the guitars. That's just what you do, isn't it? You know, you get a new piece of electronic equipment, you know, how does it smell? You know, that's very important. Rune Bon Jensen as well says, welcome to Midsole Mashes, another member in the house, a new member. Thanks for joining us, Rune. Really great that you have joined the channel and helping out as a Midsole Masher as well, the second tier. Fantastic stuff. Big ups to you. John's, what sort of face is that, John? That's kind of like is that like a, oh yeah, I want to do that sort of face? Yeah, I'll tell you what would be good, if I can knock up tomorrow, maybe a badge for the members of me sort of smelling a shoe like that. Or maybe Beast appearing out of a shoe. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it, of the opening. Yeah. The ideas, they're coming to me today. I can feel them. I'm like a conduit of ideas. It's good. What we got here? David G says, regarding reviews, do you sometimes receive shoes earlier than planned? Sometimes, very seldom does that happen. Very occasionally I'll get one and they say, Ed, you can't talk about this shoe. You can't even mention that the shoe exists. You mustn't mention it to anyone, even your wife. You know, your cat can't see the shoe. Yeah, they're not quite that extreme, but it does get a bit like that sometimes. In fact, last year when the Metaspeed Sky was going to release, they were going to send me a pair, but I think it was lost or something somewhere. You know, there was that boat that capsized and loads of shoes ended up in the sea. I think it might have been on there. I had to sign this sort of agreement, so I won't talk about the shoe, I won't, you know, discuss it or anything like that. And consequently, I couldn't talk about it or discuss it anywhere. And then time went on, and in the end, ASICS were like, we're really sorry, you know, we wanted to get you the shoe, and they sent me the shoe, and it was great, and I really enjoyed it. I love that. I love it. It's, you know, it's one of my favourite shoes I've tried in recent time. But yeah, the weird stuff like that happens. You know. Life happens, doesn't it? So it does happen. A lot of 2022 models are coming mostly out between June and September. Yeah, I imagine that pairs will appear before that. We shall see. We shall see. Richard Johnson says, like the high energy clothing, better than high vis tuxedo. I tell you what, that would be cool. I really want a high vis tuxedo. That would be amazing. Wear it with some really, you know, sort of really nasty shoes, like something like this, for example. Hang on. With the changed laces, I've got the Jordan 6s on today, with the swapped out customized laces. Look at that. I mean, that it doesn't get any more ridiculous than that, does it? They're just so comfortable. I've got to be honest. Basketball shoes are always really comfortable, especially if you've been doing a faster session. They just feel great. Behind the scenes stuff. Rob Van Spawen says, hi Ed, curveball, what's your favourite guitar? Favourite guitar? The one that I always come back to, I always get drawn back to it, is my Jazzmaster. I've got an American vintage Jazzmaster. It's beautiful at the back. Lots of paint kind of gouged out of it. It's just sort of worn to my arm. It's a beautiful guitar. It's got loads of bottom end, sort of almost like a piano-y rumble at the bottom end, and the top end's really chimey, but quite thick as well. It's a lovely sound. Just put that straight in to Fender Deluxe, and it's chef kiss stuff. It really is. It's a beautiful sound. It's an enriching sound. It makes you just want to play. And it's ideal for rock and roll. If you just get it just on the verge of overdrive, it's heavenly sound. Robin, our member, says that he started marathon training this week, 14 weeks ago until Hamburg. Amazing. Hamburg Marathon. I take it that's probably all all the places are gone for something like that. I really want to do a marathon over in Europe somewhere. It'd be awesome to be over somewhere over in Europe. Actually, just to be somewhere else, that's not where I've been for a couple of years. It would be amazing. Best of luck with that, Robin. I wish you all the best for that training. Do update me on how things are going there. I'd be really keen to hear how you're getting on. You mentioned Brian G, one of our new members, and Rune as well. We also have Chris Minto. Chris, I know in the past, has helped me out with some images of some really interesting shoes that he's been testing out. In fact, some stuff that's not coming out for a little while. Hope you're doing okay, Chris. Thanks for joining us here on the channel, on the live stream, and as a member as well, one of the upper connoisseurs. Blimey. Upper connoisseurs, got lots and lots of those coming in. Outsole observers. Not many upper connoisseurs though. That's awesome, Chris. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Especially at that tier as well. The upper connoisseur. I came up with that and thought that's the way forward. The upper connoisseur. What else do we have going on here? Randon Lewis is in the house in the chat. Randon, thanks for joining us, my friend. Am I hyped for the Streak Fly? I am. I've been after that shoe for a long time. If it's anything, if it's even got a little bit of DNA of the Streak 7, which was a dynamite shoe on the track for me, that will be a great shoe. We shall have to see. I'm not going to raise my expectations too high, because I did that with the Takumi Sen 8. And yeah, it wasn't quite what I wanted. It's not quite got the rigidity there that I was hoping for. And the drop, perhaps, yeah. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'm not going to raise my expectation too high. Just want to address one thing, actually. Somebody mentioned to me that there was a lot of fire and heat, I suppose. Not fire, it's not the right word. Heat, I suppose, towards Seth the other day about his review of the Takumi Sen 8. Mentioning that the shoe was very light. Sorry, not very light. I think, personally, in my size, it's a very light shoe. In an 11, I think it was about 220 grams. That's light. I've only got one or two other shoes that are any lighter than that. One of those being the ridiculously light Run Fast Pro from Reebok, which is about 130 grams. So 220 is a very reasonable amount of weight, certainly in my size. So yeah. John Bazitsky says, a blushing smile. I see, okay. It kind of looks like someone's slightly sleepy. Maybe they've eaten a little bit too much ice cream, or perhaps they've had 3 or 4 packs of Jonathan Crisps, and it's just too much for them, and they're sort of falling asleep. Scott Singleton says, top 3 easy mile steady run shoes. At the moment, for easy miles, I've grabbed the Adi Star from Adidas. That one's a really nice one, Scott. I'd also probably dip in and bring back out the Magnify Nitro with that massive nitro foam there and the little EVA layer. So that'd be a nice easy one. And I occasionally like to just get a very light shoe and do an easy run. So it's not sort of putting too much strain on the leg. So something like the Rincon 3. And that one's probably going to be a shoe I take back out tomorrow, depending on the ice situation out there, because it's been a little bit treacherous the last couple of days in the mornings, especially when you're trying to navigate putting out the recycling or something, or getting up to the car, it's been pretty slippery out there, so we've got to be careful. John has said he made some emojis for his Twitch channel. Awesome. I need to get a bit of info off there about those, John. See if you can help me out with some of these, perhaps. That'd be cool. Randon says, get Garmin send you a Phoenix 7. I'm not sure I'd be able to raise my arm high enough with the Phoenix 7, so I imagine that's a bit of a heavier watch. I like the nice and very light ones. Paul Jennings says, am I going to get the Mac Supersonic? Is that new Hoka? Yeah, maybe. The Mac 4 was something that I enjoyed, but I didn't really mesh with it. It didn't quite work out for me, actually. Chris Minto, our upper connoisseur member, says congrats on the 25k. Well deserved. Thanks, Chris. I really appreciate it. I also appreciate your help recently with that fantastic set of photos there on some of those shoes. Daniel Goddard says, just did my first run in the Tempo Next percent. Feet hurt like crazy. Not sure if the wrong size or need to adjust the shoe. I've always found that one a very smooth operator, that one. So I know that mesh, that they called it Flynet. It's not really Flynet. It's more like a sort of plastic mesh. You do need to get the sizing just right on that one. Get the lockdown right. But I always found it a very, very comfortable shoe. It does tend to flex a little bit over time, but with those AirPods, they're certainly quite pressurized. So yeah, maybe something to do with that. Our member Arun Jensen says, any good shoe advice for supporting the foot to counter plantar fasciitis? Yeah, insoles generally help. I will get ready for Berlin Half. Awesome. I would suggest something where it's not going to irritate your arches too much, Rune. That could be a bit of an issue. I guess you've tried some different shoes, different drops perhaps. I know that certain people with plantar have found that a different drop might help a little bit. So I would explore perhaps some different drop shoes if you can. Brandon Lewis says, what's a midsole shank? They said about the Street Fly and how it's different from a plate. Interesting. I haven't heard about that yet. It sounds like there's some sort of piece in the mid section of the shoe to add a little bit of rigidity. I would imagine that could be some sort of P-backs type section like we've got in the Streak 7. Makes me slightly more excited about that shoe. So it'll basically be a plate type thing, but only in a certain part of the shoe. You know, in Adidas shoes you've got that torsion system to add some rigidity and to stop flex between the front and the back of the shoe, so it doesn't just completely twist like this. It's got a little bit of rigidity there and a bit of snap, so that's probably why they've added that. Kevin Andersex says, hello from Germany. Train hard, compete easy. Yeah, that's the one I hear quite often, that one. Yeah, really get the miles in and put the pressure on there, and when you actually go to race, suddenly things feel a little easier. Tim Gross, my main man. How you doing, Tim? I always feel Tim's not far away. We need to meet up soon, Tim. Now, you know, Boris is starting to lower the restrictions and stuff. We should meet up and do a bit of running. That'd be awesome. I'd love that. Tim says he was a bit critical of Seth's Takumi-sen 8 review. A 6 out of 10. It's a bit low. Oh, I mean, I said I really liked the shoe. I just didn't like the price. The price was a bit high. Certainly not the weight. The weight wasn't high. It's Dragonfly spikes, albeit in a UK 13 and not 7 or something. 190. Yeah, mine were pretty light. Not super light, but they were light enough. So that goes to show that the actual the Sen at 177 is actually pretty light. David G says, been enjoying the gel Nimbus for easy runs. Oh, the light. Yeah, I'm going to try and pick up one of the Nimbus, or perhaps the what's the other one? There's another one coming out very soon from ASICS. Can't remember now off the top of my head, but I'll try and pick that one up. Interesting stuff there, David. Glad it's working for you. Georgie Dalton says, hello, Ed Bud. Hello there. Thanks for joining us. Hello there. Oh, don't you worry. He'll be okay. Some Star Wars, isn't it? I think that's from Star Wars. See Chad run. Says he's late to the party, but you're here. That's what counts, Chad. That's what counts. By the way, my channel just hit 1k subs. Well done, my friend. That is hard. It's hard to get to 1k. Really, really hard to get to that 1k mark. It took ages. EDDBUD is my hero. Well, I'm glad you enjoy the videos. I'm glad I'm in some way inspiring you to make some stuff. Making stuff in the world is a cool thing. It's the coolest thing, whether you're making music, videos, you're making someone smile. Those things are the important things in the world. Anilas says, Anihalas, I think that's it. Says, hi Ed, congratulations with the new milestone. Have you found a good Nike Shield sale yet? No, I keep looking around. I'm thinking the winter's going to hit us really hard here at some point, and I'll be kicking myself thinking I should have got one of those Shield shoes. Georgie says, what cushion shoes do you recommend? Perennial tendonitis, crikey. Cushion shoes, if you want a massive cushion, but still with a bit of stability, the Magnify Nitro from Puma. It's getting overlooked, I think, a lot. Check that one out. I think that could work. Stephen C says, Seth does take a small size. I think it might be a US 7. Yeah, it's really small. Really small feet. Yeah, Kafuzi's not far off my size as well, Stephen. So, yeah, often he's my go-to if I want to know about a shoe there. Nimbus 24, David G's got it. Yeah, that's the one. Nimbus 24, I'll be picking that up when they appear over on the UK shores. Larzo2 says, best traction shoe for slippery wet track session. Gotta be honest, if you just want traction for the track, traction, the RC Elite version 1, it works on everything that I've tried it on. It works on some light trails, paths, concrete road, track, everything. It just does the trick. If you can find one, maybe you can hire the RC Elite version 1. That could be a good bet. Or the Takumi Sen 7. Get the 7. The traction on that is just insane. It's got like teeth on the bottom of your shoe. Try to imagine that. These big sort of gnarly teeth underneath, and as you place it down onto the track, it just really grips in. Although they will turn red, you know, after a while, because yeah, that's the way it looks. Tim Gross says Mrs. G's in Yeovil tomorrow. Oh no, but not Tim. We'll do it soon, Tim. We'll bring the cameras and we'll run about and chat shoes and all things running related. That'll be good. That'll be happening soon, viewers. Mr. Gross and EDDBUD together doing just running. Two men running and chatting, and we'll probably stop and have a nice beverage of some sort somewhere. That sounds very civilized, very civilized way to live. Outsole Enthusiast says, could you use the Vomero as an easy recovery shoe, or would you go for something more cushioned? No, the Vomero's easily got enough there to be a sort of easy recovery type run shoe, I think. I think that it's probably one of the most versatile shoes Nike's put out in a long time. You can step things up a little bit. It's not so heavy that you can't get some faster miles in, but as a daily shoe that you can just sort of grind down and get lots and lots of value out of it, I think the Vomero 16's a really good bet. I just think it gets a bit of a bad rap because people can't see the Zoom X inside. If they had a little window at the side or something, you could see the Zoom X. No problem. I think it would fly off the shelves. Maybe you should do that, Nike. Listen to EDDBUD, the man that pours through old, huge books full of, you know, old sneakers and shoes and stuff like that. I mean, look at the Air Max. Look at this thing, right? If you take this into consideration, you can see the air. People go, wow! I remember when my daughter saw this, she said, that's insane. Look at the amount of air there is. It must be a really, really cushioned ride. And it is, but it's quite pressured. I think if they showed the Zoom X off like that, it would fly off the shelves. But what do I know? Don't know anything about shoes. Not sure I do. Do I know any more about them when I first started all this? I don't know. Probably. John Eaton Says, good evening everyone, looking forward to putting onto the feet the Prime X for this week's part run. And the Prime X, blimey. Okay, John, all I'm going to say is, yeah, hopefully it's a nice flat surface, not too many double backs there. Do go careful. If it's any ice, please don't do it. Keep safe, John, because, you know, that one is, it's a skyscraper. Get a few, you know, runs in first, so you feel very confident in it. Guys, if you're in the chat, hit that like button. It really does help us out here. Don't forget, you can also join the channel now as a member. You can also support the channel hitting us with a super chat as well. If you've got perhaps a question you want to ask me, a burning question that you just need the answer, I can attempt to give you one. So hit us with a super chat or join on one of the 3 tiered membership levels that we've got now. Help support the channel over the coming months and years, and however long I can keep on running. That's what I'm just going to keep going until I can't run anymore. There we go, I've said it. That's what I'm going to do. Random saying he wears his UFUs all the time, really saved my feet. The shoe I really, really like for recovery, you know, Jordan 6s aside and all that, is those Sniper mids I got from Decker's Lab. I still wear those all the time, especially in the winter, because they're so warm and comfy. They're fantastic. Although, yeah, I'm enjoying these slightly firmer Jordan 6s this evening. These are really working for me. And they're nice and warm as well. That Durabuck stuff, you couldn't use it on a running shoe. It would just be far too warm. David G, one of our members, says, what brand are you most looking forward to review this year? Maybe one you have least experience with. I really would like to try a couple of Mizuno shoes out. What else is coming? There were some other things coming. I know that Under Armour have got a few extra bits coming out this year, some variations on some stuff they've had. What else? There was something else. Ultras, yeah, I definitely want to try another couple of Ultra shoes as well. Or Ultra, I think that's it. So I think those are the brands I'd probably be looking at trying out. Just sort of filling in a few gaps here and there, David, to try and sort of cover some more space there. Hopefully that will help out a few more runners who are interested in picking up a pair of shoes to help them out for different things. Diadora, that would be a good one. Judith, a fantastic suggestion there. Diadora. I don't think I've worn any Diadoras since I was perhaps maybe at school. I think I had some Diadora football boots at one point. That was a long time ago. We're probably talking like when I was like 10 or 11. So yeah, so a way back. But that's a really great suggestion, Judith. What else have we got here? We got all sorts of stuff going on here. Radislav is in the house, enjoying the live stream. Glad you're enjoying it, buddy. Thanks for supporting the channel. Georgie Dalton says, do you like the New Balance 1080 V11? I've got the V11. I've got to be honest, I took it up to about 50 miles and it just feels a little dead to me. The upper is a bit strange. It's quite a light upper in the front of the shoe. Then as you move back towards the sort of midsection, the tongue's really quite thick, and I really don't like the back section of those 1080s now. They're just not working for me. They kind of really upset my heel, around the back of my heel. So yeah, it's one I probably sort of move back from. I'll maybe get a few more miles in and do a sort of conclusive end point review, just to put my views across. There's quite a few shoes I need to do that. Where I got injured towards the end of last year, it kind of put me back a little bit on quite a number of shoes. So I might look to do that over the course of the next couple of weeks. That's a good suggestion. Tim says he's looking forward to that. Yeah, we'll make that happen very soon, Tim. I'll get in contact and we'll figure something out. Dave says, hi, I totally agree with you on the Vomero. Yeah, I knew you'd be into that one, Dave. The Vomero's a great shoe. It really does tick lots of boxes for me. It's got this really odd... it doesn't look like it's going to be as cushioned as it is, and when you get it on foot and actually start running in it, it really does hit the spot. Guru2025 says, hiya, just picked up the Float Ride Growth V2. Is that the Grow V2? Yeah, those are great. I know they're very similar to the Energy 3, aren't they? I'm glad that one's working out for you. Lots of big things happening with Reebok very soon. You just be ready, guys. Reebok are gonna lay it down. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I can say at the moment. You know what I mean? Radoslav says, what do you think Puma Fast R Nitro Elite has the potential to be best marathon shoe? I think it will be down a little bit to the weight. The Fast R, that's the bigger one, isn't it? With the EVA back, or at least the Nitro back, and then the Nitro Elite front. I think that's how it works. That looks like a crazy shoe. Really interesting vibe as well, where literally the plate just connects the two bits together. It's a little bit like the Ultra Ride that Puma had a couple of years back, where it had this sort of cage section in the middle and then this piece cut out underneath the midfoot. It was really interesting. Puma are really, bringing on the innovation. I'm really pleased to see that. People trying new things. It's always fun when people try new stuff. Ah, it's good. Julian Goodship, I hope you're doing okay, Julian. Not far away. Down the road, in fact. I could probably run it. We should do that, Julian. He says, hi, are you run the Bath half? No, but I think I might have a look and see if I can get in on a few things. I've been waiting to see what's been going on sort of globally and certainly locally as well, and things seem to be stabilising a little bit, and certainly for running. I always seem to end up running just on my own anyway. I'm sort of not fast enough for the guys, at the front of the pack there, for the ladies at the front, and I'm just not, I'm a bit faster than people here, and I just end up in this limbo. I remember running the Salisbury half like last year, and I ended up just on my own for about 7 miles. There was no one. I was just running along thinking, surely there's got to be someone ahead of me. How many people are ahead of me? I could see Rob Gundry, my mate, about, a quarter of a mile ahead of me, because there was loads of long straight bits on that. But yeah, the last part of the race, I was just on my own. But yeah, that would be awesome. I'll see if I can get in on that. Zoe Clapp says, never realised this was how you said Diodora. Diodora? That's how I presume it. It's said. I'm not sure. I'm no expert on that, Zoe, but Diodora? Maybe. I'm not sure I've ever heard anyone say it. I just sort of say it in my head, and that's how it is. See Chad Run, and he's talking about Scott. Yeah. So Scott, I have some interesting stuff coming out. Innovate always got some cool stuff. I need to get some more trail miles in with my Innovate shoes. That would have been that October, November time when I was out with my shoulder. As you can see, it's a lot better now. We're almost back to full capacity. Almost. In the cold, it hurts a bit. I have to be honest. That running guy says he remembers the Dunlop Green Flash. Oh yeah, that's a real classic there. I do recall that one. Zoe says, I'm still considering what to replace my beloved OG Asics Glide Rides with. I'm ready to cite 45 grand. Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like the Glide Ride 2. Well, they removed the gel. I think it made a bit of a difference. But if you like the Glide Rides, see if you can pick up... I don't think it's out of the question to try the Zoom Fly. Now, it might sound a bit crazy. I think there's similarities between that shoe in terms of the rigidity of it and also the Zoom Fly 4. Or, I would say, try out the Saucony Speed as well, the Speed 2. Now, that's probably close, and you'll find that the Speed 2 is actually quite a lot lighter, Zoe. So maybe try that out. They got a similar kind of curve in the mid to forefoot that you've got on the Glide Ride. So have a look at that. Willie says, hi, he says, hi, I'd wear my Adios 6 for today's fartlek run. Thanks for reviews on this one, it's kind of my favourites. I know with the Adios 6, people are a little bit like, you know, what is this shoe? It's not really like the Adios models before, but I think this one, they nailed it. They've got it just right in between the stack of Lightstrike and the application of the Lightstrike Pro. And you'll find, Willie, that the more and more you run in it, the better and better it feels. It's kind of like you're sort of, you know, kneading dough. It just gets better and better. One of our members there, John JBS there, says to Rob Weatherall, I'm doing Manchester Marathon too, good luck. Awesome, I hope you do well, guys. Oh, sorry, thank you very much for the super chat there. I hope that advice is useful for you. It's very much appreciated, thank you. You can help out the channel, guys, with a super chat, or don't forget now you can join and become a member and help me sort of cultivate this running community that we've got here. And like I said in today's video, it is one of the most sort of warm and enriching communities I've ever been involved in. There's just so many people offering some fantastic advice. I hope I'm a bit of a sort of conduit and a catalyst to sort of spread that around. So thank you very much, Zoe. It's very, very appreciated. C. Chad Run says, I'm in need of a new trainer long run shoe. Excellent stuff. That's like music to my ears when someone says that. Honestly, I've been enjoying the Skechers Razor Excess, but after nearly 500 miles, it's about time to replace them. Guys, in the chat, what do you think that C. Chad Run should go for, perhaps to replace his Razor Excess? Let him know. I'll have a little think about that one. George Dalton says, I think I'm getting some carbon plates. Do you like the RC Elite? I like both versions of the RC Elite. I really like the first one, although they're very hard to track down now. I really enjoyed the first one. I wore the second one today. It's quite a different shoe to me, though. It doesn't feel anywhere near as aggressive. And the outsole, it's not my favourite, I've got to be honest. I'm a little worried about that going into 2022 due to the fact that we have a very similar outsole set on the New Balance shoes. Radoslav says he wants to see more videos of me running. Sadly, at the moment, Radoslav, I run mostly in early mornings or after I finish at my job, and it's dark, so all you'd see is sort of, you know, like maybe a man wearing a high-vis jacket or something, or you know, occasionally like a bat or something, or some street lights. It's going to be a little bit boring. I will try and get out during, you know, sort of light times if I can over the next few weeks. But yeah, here in the UK, it's just dark when I get home, and I wake up in the morning, it's just pitch black. So while I'm sat there drinking my coffee and, you know, eating my Weetabix and thinking about getting out there, you know, it's just absolutely dark out there. So you won't see an awful lot, but I'll try and get some more in, Radoslav, for you very soon. Joseph Bass says the On shoes do not get enough attention. Yeah, I've never tried any On shoes. The few people that I know that have them, I haven't really been that impressed with them. And I do go on the opinions of local runners. Yeah, they're just not really digging them. Maybe I'll try something, Joseph, this year. I'll keep that in mind to you know, broaden my horizons and be open-minded about these things. I think it's always a good idea. Rob Weatherall, I bid you a good luck in your Manchester effort in April. I know, who was it? I think it was my mate, Mr. Burton. Kev Burton was on about getting rid of his Manchester place. I'm sure he was. I don't know if he has done or not. You know, run Manchester Marathon, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? John JBS, one of our members, says that, yeah, 4:50 to 6:30 every morning is his current running time and the moon is his friend. Yeah, I look out there and it's just the moon and stars. And I look down and you've got this sparkly carpet everywhere and you think, whoa, I'm going to have to be careful on this one. Colmar, one of our members there, says on the Adios 6, pretty much It's such a pretty shoe. Yeah, it's got all those vibes about the Adidas Copa Mundial or the World Cup or the Samba as well. That beautiful sort of football shoe. Found it's a little tight with a runner's knot. It led to discomfort. Much better without. Yeah, I'm not sure I had to hit it with a runner's knot all that often. I think just tying it in a standard way was fine for me. What a shoe though. Adios 6s. Oh, Radislav, thanks very much, my friend, for the super chat. We really appreciate that here. Beast appreciates it, and Beast is over in the window there, just sort of hanging out. In fact, the window, the curtain was moving a little bit then. Thought she was going to... Beast, where are you? Oh, you're there. She's down here. Are you coming here? No, it's just sat on a shoe, on top of a shoe. But Beast is here. We really appreciate it, Radislav. Thank you very much for your super chat. What have we got here? Stephen B says parkrun vlog. Don't see why not. I could go and do that this weekend. Apparently the Yeovil parkrun is returning. I don't know where it is. I've been trying to find out, but it's like this secret that everybody knows that I don't know. So hopefully it won't be too far away. I know there is a new parkrun over in Dorchester, which I can get to in about sort of 20-25 minutes, something like that. Which looks pretty swift. I could go and try that out. I'll have a look at the weather forecast, see what it's going to be like. If the weather's looking icy, I'll opt for something that's a bit more sort of traily. But if it's looking pretty decent, I shall attempt a more road or trail pathy sort of based parkrun. I'll take the camera along and make people wave at me and all that kind of jazz. Ah, great. Thanks for giving C. Chad Run some suggestions there, guys, and much appreciated. Sebastian's mentioning the Tempo Next % there. Yeah, they are a bit loud. Certainly one of the louder shoes I've got. Guys, if you're in the chat, please do hit that like button. It really helps the channel out to spread us about to new people, new runners. It really does help. Darren Bray says, evening all, he just got back. Got back from the run by the sounds of it. Brandon Lewis says, which New Balance SC range are you looking forward to the most? Probably the Pacer. I think that's the one that I've got my eyes set on. The Pacer's certainly the one. And I know Mr. Minto's been testing that one out, I think. We got a super chat there with the Beast icon from Mark Breeze. Thanks Mark. Often see Mark commenting over on Strava. You can follow me on there, by the way, and look at my exploits. I think most of the time the link for that is in the description, or you can find me there. We've also got the EDDBUD Runners United Club on Strava as well. You can join, and there's lots and lots of great people on there. Beast in the house. Beast in the house, but Beast won't come over here. She's just staring aimlessly into a pile of Blu-ray discs. Yeah, that's kind of the Beast's vibe, you know. She's not too interested in moving around all that much these days. Quite old now, Beast, you know. She's quite old. What else we got going on here? Outsole Enthusiast says, have you found the durability Adios 6 only managed 300 miles in it before the outsole's completely shredded off? I had almost zero wear after 100 miles. Yeah, I don't think it's a major issue. But then again, everybody's different. Everybody runs in a slightly different way. For me, I had no major issues there. Yeah, C. Chad Run saying he got 650 miles out of the Peg 37s. Yeah, I think React is certainly good for that. If you're just using it as a daily sort of shoe, it's going to last a long time. David G, one of our members, says he noticed the same thing with the Adios 6 there. He had some rubbing on the pinky toe. Yeah, that's the only slight issue, guys, isn't it, with the Adidas shoes. They do tend to be a little bit tighter in the toe box, and it does put some people off. They just find that they're not really the best sort of fit for a wider foot. Guru2025 says, are you a teacher? Yes, I am a teacher of the IT and computing curriculum area. Well, I say a teacher, more a lecturer really. I'm the guy that sort of acts as the catalyst to sort of make things happen. and I love it as well. It's a great job. It's one of the most enriching jobs you can have, seeing sort of younger people develop and become adults. I think it's a really, really enriching thing. Getting them on the right lines, you know, making sure that they're doing the right things, and ultimately they might not realise it at the time, but down the line they're like, you really helped me out become who I am. It's like, this makes it worth it. John Eaton has a question here. He says, is the RC Elite suitable for a long, slow run? Is it stable, easy on the Achilles? I think the RC Elite 2 is a really great long run and marathon shoe. I think that's the sort of shoe that's going to be assistive to you towards the end, when you get into the end game, you know, of one of those long distance races. I think that's where it really will benefit people. Chopperelli66 says, hi Ed, is 3 to 4 weeks a long enough break between half marathons to do? Yeah, I tried to do one with a couple of weeks gap, and I found that I got to a certain point in the second one and that spark and that snap wasn't there that I needed. That was in Salisbury. I was still chugging along in a nice time. You know, I was probably only about 45 seconds off of what I ran in Bristol 2 weeks prior to that, but or previous to that, I should say. But yeah, I didn't quite have that snap towards the end. So I'd say, yeah, 3 to 4 weeks, you'll probably be all right there. That'll probably let your body and those energy reserves, everything get back to where it needs to be to put in a full effort. I think 2 weeks was not enough for me. I think I needed a little more. I think I put more in Bristol than I realised. I think I did. I was, that was hard. The last couple of miles there, I managed to pick things back up again. So remember, it was mile 10, 11. I was in that zone of Glad that's helped out, Chopperelli66. Let's try and clear a few more of the questions here. Remember, guys, you can drop a super chat to help the channel out, or now you can join on our new members scheme. We got 3 tiers there, different levels, and you receive lots of different perks for each level as well. One of our members there, John JBS, says, I saw on Adidas site today they're saying a wide version of the Adidas 6. Interesting. I hadn't seen there was a wide variant of that. It might be cool, John, to do a video covering perhaps some wide versions of shoes that I've tried. Perhaps if people, they didn't work out for whatever reason, for people that had a wider foot, I can include those. That might be good. So like a wider roundup. That's a good idea. Thank you for that, John. See, it's working already. This is fantastic. Radislav says, Ed, New Balance Fuelcell RC Elite version 2 versus Asics Metaspeed Sky. Which one's more comfortable? I would suggest that the RC Elite 2 is more comfortable, but the issue there is that I think the Metaspeed Sky is a better race shoe. I think you will be able to get to that top speed in the Metaspeed Sky, and it's not as compressive and squashy. If you want to get to that top speed and keep it there, just hang it there, I think it's a better shoe for that. If you're perhaps racing a marathon, I'd go with the other one. I'm not sure I'd want to run a marathon in the Metaspeed Sky. I think I'd just burn out my energy reserves too quickly. I think I'd do it. I'd burn it all too quick. I would miss the orbit and I'd crash out. Skystaff says, tried the Vomero 16 in the store and liked them and had a tough time choosing between that and the Nova Blast 2. Okay. Personally, I like the Vomero 16 better. I think it's a better all-round shoe. I was a bit perturbed by the quality of the quality level of the Nova Blast 2. I had a bit of shredding there on the back of the on the heel. It's just sort of like this weird kind of, it's almost like it's covered in cling film and it's like coming away. It's really odd. So yeah, I'd go for the Vomero personally. Interesting, Tim Gross mentions there, you can see the wider Adios 6, but sadly the wider in length, it's not wider in length, and still go to a 12.5. I just don't get it, Tim. I don't understand why Adidas are doing that. Missing out on loads of potential buyers there. You know, it's loads of people that have got a 13 or even a 14. Sort of brother-in-law, I think he's like a 14, is he? Yeah. So, I don't get it. We are all your students here, says Stephen Grimley. Maybe I'll have to put on my jacket, the special teaching jacket that bestows me with the knowledge of the outsole rubber. Something like that. Mark Herbert says, I did Bristol 2, Ed. It was a course of 2 halves. Yeah, right. Loved the first 9 miles, then the slip road, hill, cobbled. Yeah, the cobbled streets. The cobbled bit, I was not happy with that bit because it was nasty. There was some double. There was a double back as well at one point. I remember. You'll probably recall that as well, Mark. That really tested me. That really did test me. And then that hill. What did they call it? Was it called the Punisher or something? Someone had put a Strava segment on there. And yeah, that hill. I was going up the hill. I got to about 2/3 of the way up. And I'd reached a point where I thought, I feel terrible. I'm going to fall flat on my face in a second. And I had to slow up for about 10-15 seconds just to get my breath back. And then I powered it through the last mile or so. Rob Weatherall says it's a 14. Crikey. And Tim Gross mentions that Ford runner Jamie's running just of YouTubers in UK 13. Yeah, there you go. They really are missing out. We need to let them know. A petition maybe or something. Right, just answer a couple more of these guys. Dave says he's got the Nova Blast 2 and the Vomero 16, like them both, and switches between them. But you would choose the Nova Blast 2 over the Vomero. Interesting. Right, I think we've covered pretty much all the questions there, guys. We'll wrap this one up. Thanks for tuning in on today's live stream. Very much appreciated. Great to have you here, guys. Some really good questions here. Coming up, I've got a bit of a midpoint, I guess, review on the Boston 10. I've been trying to figure out kind of what it is. What am I supposed to be doing in this shoe? And I think I've almost got there. So that'll be coming very soon, guys. Might be in the morning now, depending on how difficult it is to get some AA batteries for the thermostat. We must do that very, very soon because, yeah, it's going to get cold in here otherwise. If you haven't done so already, guys, please do hit that like button. It really helps us out here. And I, again, really appreciate all those new members that we've got. I think we've got about 4 or 5 just on the live stream today. Do go and check that out on the main page. I think if you can get it, if you go to, if you're on Android or if you're on a desktop machine, you can join the channel and become a member. There's 3 different tiers, and that will help the channel out en masse to actually drive it forward in 2022. I'm going to say, oh, Thomas Lang, one of our members is in the house, says cheers. Thanks for tuning in, Thomas, and for becoming a member as well. Really appreciate it. I'm going to say adios now or so. Adios 6. Yeah. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you.